Hey everyone, I'm back with another update. In this episode, I'll cover endorsements from Trump, the government shutdown, and updates surrounding the elections today. Of course, I'll end with the noteworthy tidbits. President Trump endorsed several people for re election, including Representatives Beth Van Duyne, Roger Williams, Keith Self, Lance Gooden, Jake Ellzey, August Pfluger, Doc Ronnie Jackson, Monica Dela Cruz, Troy Niels, Brandon Gill, Brian Babin, Ryan McKenzie, Rob Bresnahan, Scott Perry, John Joyce, Guy Reschenthaler, Dan Muser, Lloyd Smucker, Glenn G.T. Thompson, Max Miller, Dave Taylor, Bob Latta, Jim Jordan, Mike Ruley, Mike Turner, Warren Davidson, Troy Balderson, Dave Joyce, Mike Carey, Gus Bilrakis, Vern Buchanan, Scott Franklin, Mario Diaz-Balart, Scott Fitzgerald, Glenn Grothman, Tony Weed, Brian Steele, Derek Van Orden, Mike Flood, Adrian Smith, Sam Graves, Eric Burleson, Jason Smith, Ann Wagner, Bob Onder, Mike Alford, Tom Emmerd, Michelle Fishbach, Pete Stauber, Russ Fulcher, Mike Simpson, Rob Whitman, Ben Klein, Morgan Griffith, Jen Kiggins, John McGuire, Diana Harshberger, Tim Burchett, Chuck Fleischman, David Kustoff, Scott Desjarles, Brad Finstad, Ryan Zinke, Troy Downing, Michael Baumgartner, Mark Amodi, Josh Brashin, Kevin Hearn, Frank Lucas, Tom Cole, Stephanie Bice, Joe Wilson, Sherry Biggs, William Timmons, Russell Fry, Cliff Bentz, Andy Ogles, Nick LaLota, Andrew Garbarino, Nicole Meliotakis, Mike Lawler, and Nick Langworthy. I'm sure I botched several of those. My apologies. I did the best I could. Trump also endorsed Captain Ed Galrine, who is running against Congressman Thomas Massey, Michael Whatley, who is running to replace Senator Tom Tillis, and Sheriff Mark Lamb, who is running to represent Arizona's 5th Congressional District. On to the government shutdown. House Speaker Mike Johnson exposed that Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer demanded $200 billion to restore free health care to illegals while cutting $50 billion from the Rural Hospital Fund that Republicans just signed into law. Speaker Johnson said that President Trump has tried to negotiate with Schumer and House Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries, but they simply won't budge. Trump tapped into $750 million of tariff revenue to keep the food assistance program alive for women, infants, and children, and Trump's team said they will partially fund food stamps while the government is shut down. Speaking of food stamps, it's been exposed that nearly one-third of Los Angeles County's 3.3 million households rely on EBT welfare benefits, supporting the idea that many recipients, but clearly not all, are abusing the system. Let's switch to updates surrounding the elections today. President Trump announced that it is highly unlikely that he will contribute federal funds other than the bare minimum to New York City if Zohran Mamdani wins the mayoral race because, in Trump's words, as a communist, this once great city has zero chance of success or even survival. Trump also said to vote for Andrew Cuomo to defeat Mamdani, explaining, "Whether you personally like Andrew Cuomo or not, you really have no choice. You must vote for him and hope he does a fantastic job. He's capable of it, Mamdani is not." Texas Governor Greg Abbott promised to impose a 100% tariff on anyone moving to Texas from New York City, and Trump encouraged people in Virginia and New Jersey to vote Republican to substantially lower energy prices and to have a better life. Now it's time for the noteworthy tidbits, which are brought to you today by Old Glory. Let me tell you about them quick. Are you looking for a gift for a music lover, or maybe some apparel to show off your quirky side? Old Glory has you covered. With over 300,000 officially licensed items covering music, sports, entertainment, and pop culture, you're guaranteed to find the perfect item. They even have seasonal gear. My husband enjoys the Beatles and Led Zeppelin apparel, and I love the Billy Idol apparel. I even found items for my fellow plant enthusiasts. This family-owned superstore is known for their quality and customer service, offers free standard shipping on all orders, and orders are shipped the same day you purchase. My discount code gives you 15% off your entire order, and it's currently the best deal available. Just visit oldglory.com and enter in my promo code JADE, that's JADE, at checkout. All right, let's get back to the tidbits. President Trump directed his administration to look into terminating New York City congestion pricing. Interior Secretary Doug Burgum confirmed the United States set a new record in domestic oil production at 13.6 million barrels a day. The BBC was exposed for doctoring President Trump's January 6th speech to make it seem like he endorsed rioting. It's been revealed that the mass shooting terror plot in Michigan that was prevented by the FBI was inspired by ISIS. 2 men have been charged, and they were in possession of 3 AR-15s, 2 shotguns, 4 pistols, and over 1,600 rounds of ammunition and tactical gear. It's been exposed that about 41,000 Wisconsin voters' registration files do not match the driver and ID database. Health and Human Services Secretary RFK Jr. formally asked all global health authorities worldwide to remove mercury from vaccines now that the United States has done it. Following pressure from President Trump, Nigeria is making efforts to target and arrest Islamist terrorists who've been murdering Christians. President Trump is plotting to deploy American troops into Mexico to take out terrorist cartels, a mission that would include American troops and intel officers on the ground striking cartel leaders and drug labs. The U.S. Senate advanced the confirmation of Eric Tung to be U.S. Circuit Judge for the Ninth Circuit. Federal agents captured an illegal alien tied to Tren de Aragua terrorists in Portland, on top of 8 other Venezuelan illegals. That's all I have for today. I'll be back with another update soon. Until then, please like, subscribe, and share this podcast, and follow me on Instagram and X at Shades of Jade Pod. Thank you for listening and have a great day.